a lot of the people who end up moving to Bonita Springs came here to come visit someplace else. They came to Southwest Florida, they came to Miami, they came to Fort Lauderdale, and they just happened to come through here. But on their way past here, through I-75, they come through this really quaint little community, this really relaxed environment that we call Bonita Springs. And they fall in love with it and move here. I mean, there's so much to be offered, and we do say it's got that small town charm and a big bright future because of that. The city of Bonita Springs had, I think, a pretty unique start there. I mean, it was actually started from a group of surveyors that were coming through Bonita Springs before it was even Bonita Springs. There was nothing here. And the group of surveyors found the river and this whole area beautiful, so they camped here. Well, they had to call the camp something, so being a rather, I guess, real creative group of surveyors, they called it Survey. So anyway, it became Survey at first, and as it became a little bit more people were moving here, well, a developer came to town, and of course the developer started to divide it into streets and whatnot, but Survey wasn't a good selling point, wasn't a very pretty name, so he knew he needed to change the name of the town, so he named it after his daughter, Bonita, and they called it Bonita Springs.
Tourists would come down and enjoy the weather and the beaches and the malls, and Bonita has become a hot spot.
Bonita Springs is located midway between Fort Myers, Florida and Naples. We have about 45,000 year-round residents. We're about 46 square miles. We have a mix of socioeconomic groups in the city. In fact, 65% of our residents live behind gates in gated communities.
It's geared towards family with all our parks. It's geared towards our kids, the activities. We have a dog beach, we have beaches, we have parks.
Bonita Springs is not just residential. We have a very healthy business community here. We are very proud to say that we have a rock-solid partnership with the Economic Development Council, which was formed a year ago. And we have an opportunity for businesses to come here and flourish, not only because of the number of residents we have, but because of the affluence of our residents and the fact that they want to have the same kind of services that anybody else would want to have. Plus, we attract people from the city of Fort Myers as well as Naples to come here, not just because we're quaint, but because this is a great location to do business. Because if you can't choose between Fort Myers or Naples, where do you want to be? Right in the middle, where Bonita Springs is. And so we think it's great, a business climate here. We are flourishing. We are business friendly. We are open for business here in Bonita Springs. And I'll tell you, we want business in Bonita Springs to be painless, predictable, and profitable. And that's what businesses that come to Bonita Springs are finding out.
SCORE is a very important part of the economic development program for the city and the county in Bonita. When people come down here, they have to learn about the city, they have to learn about the county, and they have to bring from what they were doing up north or wherever they're coming from to the way that people do business here. They have to get to know the people. Our mission here is to help each business, one business at a time, develop confidence and to make sure that their business planning is sound. And through a series of meetings and workshops, we are a very important part of the hands-on part of the economic development here.
With the advent of Bonita Bay, that's what really changed it. Some of the gated communities started coming down here. They discovered how the raw beauty. So they started bringing a whole different clientele, a whole different type of person down here. And it really added such a great quality of life to Bonita Springs. When the people came and the quality of the people changed here so far as their life experiences, what they've done for a living, CEOs, everything. They brought art, they brought culture with them, they brought fine dining, they brought all kinds of things with them. And we've only really been a city for 12 years. In that short 12-year period, though, we've really made some progress, and people have taken possession. What I notice that happens when people move here is they take possession really rapidly. Even their civic duty, they come here, they adopt this community, and they're not done with that part of their lives either. They want to go ahead and build this community and add things that socially and civically are needed.
With all the retirees coming down, and the one thing that they're doing is they're bringing their families down too, and when a retiree comes down here, there's opportunities for him to get involved in the community, whether it's volunteering or it's starting a new business.
We chose this 10 years ago because of the people that lived here.
In Winston, I'll tell you what, we really enjoy the beaches down here in Bonita Springs. It's a beautiful area. The beaches are always smooth, clear water. The beaches are this beautiful white sugar sand. It's just a wonderful place to be. And I would have to agree, the warm weather is definitely a plus or a real attraction for people, retirees, to come to this area.
I think one of the great lessons for all of us is that one of the keys to happiness, one of the keys to living a good life and a long, fruitful life is to have a purpose. And it's got to be something that's really constructive, and it's really something that's bigger than you are. You've got to be part of something bigger than yourself. And a great example are the people that are putting this Veterans Memorial Wall together. They understand that this is an issue. This is something that's bigger than any one individual. It's about an entire group of people. It's about an entire country, and it's about pride, civic pride, national pride, and it allows them to go ahead and manifest that into something that they can stand near and touch. And I think it really will be something that will live there forever.
Mayor Jay Oren wanted to form a Veterans Advisory Committee. How do we recognize all branches of services and all the veterans who have gone before us and who are still currently serving? We decided to proceed with a monument, and we were selling bricks at the City Hall so that every brick that we sold, 50% of it would go towards this monument. We have come to the point where this beautiful monument is going to be ready to have a ribbon cutting ceremony on Veterans Day 2012.
This monument is really a collaboration of retired men, veterans from Bonita Springs, Florida, and it's a way of really giving back to our community.
I went into service in 1940, August of 40, and January 41, shipped out to Pearl Harbor from Seattle, Washington. And I was out there for a year before the war started. And that was one bloody get-together, I'll tell you right now. No one had any idea what was going to happen.
You know, they say a picture tells 1,000 words. Well, in this particular case, that etching does just that. It's a picture here of two GIs, servicemen helping a third, and that's the motto: no one left behind. And for generations, our military has always had that in their creed. Okay, that you'll never leave another serviceman or another individual behind, regardless of what particular conflict, what particular war you're in. That's the core value of the GI family. Never leave another brother or sister soldier behind.
Hoorah! Most people, when they move somewhere, they feel like a stranger for a long time. But from my standpoint, I've spent my entire career rolling out a welcome mat for people to move here. That's been my business. That's what we've all done, people who've lived here. And we've obviously gotten pretty good at it because people are moving here in droves. But the people who come here, they can be here for a year and a half or 2 years, and they'll proudly announce, I've been here for 2 years, and I want to be involved. And they do get involved, and they voice their opinions, and it's their community. It's Bonita Springs. We want to keep it the way we found it when we got here.
The captain's word is always right, and that's all I can tell you. And it's never to be questioned. That's a nautical that's a nautical term. Never to be questioned. You're in the backwaters of Little Hickory Bay, which leads this way. It leads to the Gulf of Mexico through New Pass, and through this way it leads to the Gulf of Mexico through Wiggins Pass. This is Bonita Beach Road, which is the main artery to the beaches, which is what makes Bonita so beautiful and so popular and so desirable. The canals that you see behind me are typical of the waterfront properties in Bonita Springs, which is where everybody has access to the Gulf of Mexico from their home or apartment.
What makes this area that we live in special? The weather, the communities available to us, the living conditions are almost every day is perfect weather over the winter months. By and large, the people are friendly down here. Everybody is used to the pace we leave. Everybody is retired, it seems like.